Good afternoon, everyone. Again, Christopher McGrath speaking here. Today is March 29, 2025. March 29, 2025. The big topic in my Saturday afternoon here. I gotta touch this topic. I really didn't wanna. I wasn't planning on getting on video. I don't wanna say I don't wanna get on video. I care. I care about all these topics, and this is. I set up a goal right here. Night Foundation. Uh, so how do we reach Night Foundation? Go to awisdom.org. There's awisdom.com there, but it's not .com. .com will take you somewhere. The academic services and research and development services, but awisdom.org will take you to Night Foundation, aw.link/Night Foundation. So it has the shorter URL, awisdom.org, pointing there. So this is a video that I dedicatedly made a few months ago. Was it on? Excuse me. When did I make this video? It can't be at December. So whatever it may be. So there's a video that you can, if you haven't watched it, you can watch it and listen to it. I talked extensively and clearly about the evil shadowing, the spiritual evil. Okay, all these problems that they're having, civil war and natural disasters, one after another. They just had a flood, the nationwide flood recently, destroying like almost the whole nation, or at least 60% or more. Even if the nation, the city here, there, town there, and so on, even 20% of it got damaged, that's like the whole nation will feel the effect. And then civil war is going on, and now this big earthquake happened. And if they smart, if anyone's smart, they would know. They would turn back to God, or they would reach to God. And these people, they do reach to God. We will watch many videos, and people praying God, 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 but they're not really asking help or talking to God or praying to God. God, the Creator. The Creator, their master, their king, their helper. Okay, their source of power, their everything. No, they are talking and praying to the deceiver who taught them and told them there is no creator. Well, that liar, Gautama, he did not tell them explicitly. He just silenced it pretty much. But the truth, you can learn the truth all about it in this video. So now let's look at these. I saved a whole bunch of these clips to review. Here's a first clip. Let's see. So you can see the big yellow thing, and this whole building right there. That's exactly what I was telling you about. The whole land is infested with these devil idols. These are all idols. Okay, what they are doing is pretty much making people focus on those things, forget God, never think about Creator. When they do think about a savior, or trouble, or whatever it may be, sadness, the soul craving for somebody to help them, for somebody to make them live, and so on. Good. Remember, human soul always have the glimmer or strong, weak, some kind of communication signal connected to the Creator, even if they are so evil. The fact that it's a human being, the glimmer of connection always remain within the human soul. So that they can never amplify the signal because of these things that we're seeing here. That thing surrounding in the environment make sure that they will never turn to God or discover the Creator. So that's the, and they call it, look at it, this Burmese font, Shui Sayan Paya. See, these Shui Sayan, these first three things that you see, first three words, that's the name Shui Sayan. And I don't want to translate the name, but I'll do it anyway. Shui means gold. Sayan, I don't know what it really means. Sayan is something uh, like a spare part, or like when you go to a wedding and you got these bridegrooms or the bridesmaids or whatever. There's some kind of maids and grooms, something like that, to uh, God. This is Paya. It's like God. So this is like assistant to God, if you translate it, something like that. And they use this word, Paya. Okay, the last two things that you see in this Paya, that represents God. And it's not. And there's a name for it, okay? In the Burmese word, this is supposed to be called Shui Sayan Zedi. Okay, Shui Sayan Zedi. Zedi just means some sort of a building or temple. They omit that entirely. Whenever they talk about these disgusting things, they always use the word Paya, 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 Paya. Okay, God. They call all of these things God. Okay, and when they have a Buddhist their idol, okay, there's a name for it too. They say, okay, this is Yopuado. What it means is this is an idol, or this is a sculptor, a replica image of the dead guy Gautama. But no, they don't use that word Yopuado anymore. They omit that word and they say Paya. Not Paya. Okay, the same thing that's what's happening here. This thing, there's a Burmese word that exists. It's called Zedi. If you translate that, then the British people, okay, give the name to it. They call it Pagoda. Okay, Pagoda. They don't say that's God, or they don't say that's temple. Like when you got pyramid, there's a name for it that's called pyramid. Okay, and when you have a church building something, sometimes they call cathedral. Sometimes they call, so there's name, whatever it may be. They have name for it. They call this thing. The name for it, that name for that is name for that in English is pagoda, right? But in English they don't say, oh, Sri Sayan God. They don't say that. Oh, when they have to talk to a foreigner or somebody who speaks English, when they have to write articles and this and that, oh, they would say Sri Sayan pagoda. They don't say Sri Sayan God in English. But when they use their language, Burmese, they will say Shui Sayan Paya. And they don't say Shui Sayan Zedi. Okay, so you can have an idea what I'm talking about. That the reason why God had to destroy them. I mean, I don't know how much God hates them. I think God hates them a lot. And well, I don't speak for God. Again, it's not my will or anything, so I don't want to touch that subject or anything. But I tell you honestly, I despise them. I hate them. And these people are dangerous. And these people are disgusting. All of these practices and then what they do, it becomes who they are. It's them. And then the personality and words that come out from the mouth, or lies and rudeness, and they're dangerous. They're murderous people. So anyway, that's the first clip. Let's look at the second clip. I don't know how long this video is gonna run. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible and cover all the important points. Okay. So here's another. The building that fell right there. And all these red road, these are Buddhist monks. Okay, I despise those guys. Those are just a bunch of idiots. So let me comment about what you're seeing here. The building that fell is not a residential building. It's right here. It's called Masoyin Tai Thit. God, I can't even say the Damarakika Atapnyan Jiangzhang. Okay, I'll repeat. Mandalay, that's the city name. Masoyin Tai Thika Damarika Atapnyan Jiangzhang. Okay, so this word Masoyin Tai Thit is like a big temple. Right, the main temple, the main organization, the Buddhist organization, and then they start building everywhere, and then this particular building, the Damarika Atapnyan Jiangzhang. So it's like a extension, right, or annex building to this Masoyin Tai Thit. And it fell, destroyed. And all these guys right here, monk, Buddhist monk running around, and these guys, they are not bad people as a human being, right? Without the robes, I hung out with a lot of them, I knew them, and they're just humans. But they have this practice of like associating that kind of lifestyle with the human. So these guys will go and put the rope on themselves. All of a sudden, like they lie to themselves. They become something different and some kind of superpower. People start worshiping them like God. Okay, people literally call them, again, the word paya. Okay, and people talk to them like that. When they say, "That's right, man." Okay, we would say "That's right, man" in English. Or we would say the name, okay, that's right, Greg. Or that's right, John. They have to say everything like Temba Paya. Temba Paya. Okay, Temba means it's like expression of some kind of agreement. And the word Paya again, if you recognize the sound that I'm saying, it's God. Okay? When these idiots, uneducated, stupid idiots who don't know anything about life would put on the rope, and all of a sudden, even the people who don't have respect to them, they could be a worker, the blue collar worker who's doing something like a gardening work for some rich guy or rich family or whatever, and the people don't respect him. You go and put on rope, oh, now he's a god. See the stupidity and the the funny aspect of this, but something spiritually, that's a big problem. It's not even funny. It's not funny. All right, so everything, they will not change. There are some people who've been talking about this topic. I'm not the only one. If you really try to analyze this country, that is a big problem. And some of my close friends, they agree. But, uh, they don't have any suggestion, like, what are we going to do? And one close friend, he's Buddhist. He used to be Buddhist, and all of a sudden he started accepting, he agreed with everything I said. The Creator exists, there's God, and he respects God, this and that, but he will not change. So the best that happened to him, he was raised as a Buddhist, and he became atheist pretty much. He will not become Christian. He was married to a Christian wife or something, but the marriage would not work out too. So he was a very good friend. He cared about people, and he's always reached out to me, and we had a lot of conversations. And when we were in Myanmar together, we shared our lives, like go to birthday parties, and we fought together. We learned martial arts, but somehow it didn't work out. And I knew him since kindergarten, by the way. When we in fifth grade or sixth grade, we fell apart, and then later in our lives we connected back. And who am I talking about? I mentioned the name. His name is Ne Soang. Okay, I'm talking about the Ne Soang, and we connected back, and we got fight again. And then we connected back again. We try to run business together. And then the last time we fell apart because of COVID. Okay, we fell apart. He, as usual, he tried to be a smartass to me. Started talking about COVID, and I told him my comment was like, yeah, there is such thing. There are life responsibility. All human beings have to have. You have to take care of your body, and you have to know the world that you are living in. And you can't tell yourself or anyone else and say, I don't need to know about my body. I don't need to care about my health. That's doctor's job. I don't have to be a doctor. You're wrong. Okay. And so you got to know about your own health and take care of yourself and live responsibly. And how do you do that? I've been telling that to everyone. Exercise, eat well, know about the vitamins, okay? Take the multivitamins, but you have to know when to take them, when not to take them too. All because I say take multivitamin, don't go and start taking, and because you can have bad effect on your body when you're eating something. It's like fat, right? Like you eat something and then your body don't need it. You're not gonna feel good, and when you need it, right? You have to take it. And your body is not based on just multivitamin, by the way. Also, your body needs all kinds of salts. So read the article I wrote in waronline.org. Oh, I gotta show you that. So waronline.org. There it is. Somewhere there. I don't even want to locate where it is exactly. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So this article right there, I wrote at the November 18, 2023. Time to describe fallacy of germ theory surmounting the casualties. Okay, read about that. And your body needs multivitamin, salt, and then you need to exercise. And even if you don't do anything, right, put yourself in a little bubble or just sit on a couch every day or sleep every day or whatever, you will get sick. Are you afraid of the world? You're gonna trip on something and break your toe, or you're afraid somebody's gonna come and kill you, whatever it may be. Don't do anything, and then you will get injured from not doing anything too. Okay, the concept of life is to regularly destroy yourself, right, and rebuild. Destroy and rebuild, destroy and rebuild. So those are the things, the building blocks that you need are multivitamins, salt, food, basic food, all food are poison to you. Okay, so how do you fix that problem? Because there are food that undo each other. The food undo is intoxication effect. That's why there's such thing as the word called detoxing. Okay, so why the hell do you get intoxicated as you eat and live on? So you got cancer and this and that. Because I told you, okay, I just said it, that you are collecting poison in this world. Everything is poisonous. The air, food, or whatever. There are good things in the world, there are dangers in the world too. You can't get away from it. So, but there are also the agents that can undo each other. So that's why we detox. For example, you can have diarrhea and you can have constipation, but the good thing is you got to be in the middle. So sometimes you become constipated. So when you become constipated, what do? You eat. I don't want to say go take the laxative, right? The pill. You can do that, but you can. But we don't know what it is, what's inside laxative or whatever. But you can drink salt water and eat some mango, papaya, or what else? What would I do if I become constipated? Ginger. Okay, ginger would neutralize, regulate. Ginger will regulate the stomach problem. If you're constipated, become less constipated, become having diarrhea. Uh, so it ginger put you in the safer zone. So that's an example. I'm just giving you an example. So that's the concept that immediately told Nate. And then in order for you to live, the most important element or thing that you need is air. You can eat, you need sleep, you need water. Immediately, what will kill you is if you cannot breathe for about 10 seconds or 20 seconds, or depends on your practice, how long you can hold your breath, how long you can go on without living. Right? So that's gonna kill you. And so it's a very important thing. Like, you have to know how to breathe. And there are different ways. There are special techniques and special exercises to breathe, which is called meditation. And I don't like to use that word because people corrupt the word. To them, meditation is like hallucination. Hallucination is no meditation. It's like thinking shit in the head and kind of doing. For a lot of people, I ask them and then they describe. I realize they're not really exercising. There are many, many different techniques. I'm not gonna touch that subject. So my point is, yeah, you have to learn how to breathe. You have to learn how to meditate and practice the energy gathering exercises, and that was also a main topic. And the Buddhist people, they're supposed to do that a lot. And but Ne Soong, okay, the guy I'm talking about, Ne Soong, he's a fucking pothead. Okay, he's a pothead. He likes to bake marijuana, and he proudly, happily, and strongly told me, yeah, I like to bake marijuana. The money I have, I eat them, I smoke them, and he advocates pot. Yeah, I'll leave him alone, but I never agree. I told him whenever I had a chance, whatever, and he's far away, so he can't prove anything. If there's any pothead near me, they want to advocate like, okay, like the fucking Eddie Bravo, right? Eddie Bravo. If you're a martial artist, you would know that name. The shameless idiot. Marijuana make me roll better. I learned jujitsu, marijuana. It may be true for him, but again, this rolling thing that they do in jiu-jitsu, it's not martial arts. Okay, this is bullshit. a lazy way of fighting, and it's not fighting. It's just some kind of competition, and it can be applied towards fighting. But once someone starts striking or even biting, eye gouging, head butting, okay, breaking fingers, it all goes away. And the multiple opponents, well, there's no speed to it. So the point of jiu-jitsu is not really martial arts, okay? This grappling that they do. Now, this guy just happened to be able to withstand that. He claims that marijuana make him perform better. But where is he now? Okay, it may be so. It's like in a false little period of time, false impression. But I challenge to anyone, and I prove it to you. There is such thing as something called an energy crashing point. Okay, when you train your body, the concept that I just told you about: build, destroy, rebuild, destroy, rebuild, destroy. And so, what are you doing to your body? You are training this healing force, and you are turning yourself into God, basically. I'm not saying the creator God in the blasphemous way. Okay, I'm saying like you are tapping into uh, the status that people will call God. Because you are ascending spiritually, physically, mentally, in every way. You are ascending. So that concept, right? And so far, there's no limit to it. I never sense a limitation. Like I bang on my shin. I don't have time to train all the time, so mostly now these days, I just do the maintenance training. And then when there's war or something, when I have to fight, I can turn myself into a lethal weapon within 2 weeks. Okay, but if I live in the high energy state, I have to really fight. I got to apply towards fighting war because at that state, I won't be sleeping much, and I have so much energy inside me, and I need to spend that in fighting. So if you don't spend that energy or whatever, then you're gonna live in hell. I talked about that a little bit to the martial arts student. I make the hint in the volume 3 that I'm writing, and I will talk about that explicitly soon. So that unlimited potential, right? My shin, I can, for example, I keep banging, banging, and then become unbreakable. Okay, and yeah, it became soft or hurt or whatever, and then I take a little break, and then even the time that I need to take a break it becomes faster and faster, and so on. The fist turning into rock, and so on. And yet, oh, by the way, do you see my fist? I just trained, and there's a little what you call cuts, and it's healing already. Uh, so the that concept of building everything, not just body, the healing force and energy content, the potential energy, or your organs inside, the blood flow, electrical charges in your body, ability to generate heat, everything. Okay, you do it naturally, and you keep getting better. But when you use marijuanas and coffee and any kind of drugs at all, okay, of course, you need food. You can say, oh, food is drug too. Well, again, yeah, all food is poisonous. You supply your body with what it needs, and you're rebuilding it. And the multivitamins, or you know, some specific drinks. Well, the B complex, and so on. So the point is, I stay away from these chemical man-made drugs. That's the point that I'm trying to tell you. And marijuana, oh, it's not uh, man-made drugs. Well, you were never meant to smoke that thing and then put so much of that in your system. Okay, and first of all, it's very disgusting smell. And when people smoke marijuana, no matter how much they claim they like it and this and that, what do? They cough like disgusting dogs. And they pee badly and they grow sick. And then the fact that they like it because when they smoke marijuana, the so-called high effect is not really high. They become low. So these people are afraid of their own strength. Okay, they become relaxed and they become weaker and sleepy and unenergetic. And they like that. They like this feeling intoxication. And they claim, oh, that helps them focus or do things and whatever nonsense may be. Okay, I don't need to explain all these specific details. I just look at the people who do marijuana and I know it's a fucking idiot. This guy is an idiot. Or this girl is an idiot. Disgusting idiot who's just gonna do evil thing and pursue evil life. Right? So just by talking, having around the person, I already know. And so I don't need to do what this person does. Because they're stupid, they do that anyway. And if there is no marijuana, they'll do something stupid anyway. Stupid people do stupid stuff. Even little kids know that. My little kids, like I ask him without saying a word, like there was a little student, only about 11 years old, 12 years old, below 12. I asked him, Fred, what do stupid people do? And, and he replied, stupid stuff. That's exactly what they do, marijuana smokers. Okay, and then you want to talk shit about that in wall of martial arts? Prove it. That's what I did to all of them. None of them can prove anything. Okay, because you just have to wait for the energy crushing point. Okay, when the energy crush, this high effect or this false lie that they're feeling, that's why you see the shin breaking in half, or just knock out cold, or the inability to recover when they become damaged and this and that. They forced to retire. They can't do martial arts anymore. All the lies that you see. So you see my point, okay? I'm gonna stop about that. So that's what I talked about with Nay, and then Nay, he voiced that he never wanted to get into proving because he can't. He's not a martial artist. He did come and claim that he went and trained under this guy, that guy, the official Leeway warriors. Yeah, there's no doubt. Absolutely, Nay knows how to fight. Okay, he knows how to fight. He's capable, but compared to me, no, he's a joke. He knows that too, because when you talk about me, then that's like you are talking about dedicated martial artist, a sage level martial artist. Okay, that's part of my life. It's not. I'm not someone like who just burn like a hayfire wound and then I'm all done. No, I will train until I will be a martial artist until I die. So there's no dispute or no challenge about that, you know. And so I just want to warn about, this drug usage, marijuana or phenethylamine or heroin or whatever the fuck it is that you're trying to use. Okay, you don't have to reach out to me. Like reach around, find a good martial artist who don't do drugs and challenge him and have him prove you wrong. Because I guarantee you get hit in your head, even if you win the fight or whatever, he will heal, you don't heal, and then you're going to be suffering in a concussion, and then you can't fight anymore. You retire, and then you go around telling people like, yeah, I was a glorious person when I was 23 or 19 or whatever the fuck the age that you're talking about. Uh, but now you're just nothing. Okay, you're not dead yet. Okay, why can't you fight anymore? Because I'm getting old. No, because you're stupid and you don't know how to live. That's what's happening to you. It's not that you're getting old. You naturally were strong, right? Because you got this healing force. The young people, they're not really strong. The strength has to be developed and trained for. But they have the advantage of uh, having the resilience in the defensive power, and then they can heal very quickly. So they're very trainable. So let me just finish up. I gotta get back to the topic. The COVID, and all these life responsibility I was telling you about. That's the way to go. That's how you have to live. And anyone who deviate from that, they will die. They will suffer, and they low life, and yeah, die low life. That was kind of position I took, and I expressed that explicitly to Nate. Oh, he got pissed off. And he said, "Oh, people die from COVID. Like my aunt died, this and that." Well, I don't know about your aunt. Like, was she smoking? Was she fat? Or did she exercise? Or maybe she was already sick and like unhealthy, and she's just hiding from people. And this and that and so on. So whatever the idea. And then he said, "Oh, do you even know what virus is?" Honestly, I didn't know. And I didn't care. I didn't have to know. Okay, all these things about HIV, hepatitis, this and that. I didn't know. But I knew about bacteria and this and that. I looked into that subject very closely, and I discovered all the lies. There is no such thing as virus in this world. Okay, so this idiot Nate actually trying to claim that he knew something about viruses. I didn't know. I didn't care. I told him, look, any kind of damages done to my body happen to me, I can fix it by myself with my own energy. Okay, I've done it many times. Broken bones, or disease, illness, whatever it may be. Okay, I was coughing blood, a lung infection, or I even fixed my tooth. My sinus lines got infected from the tooth problem the dentist did to me. Okay, I fixed my nails and my hair. So tooth, nail, and hair are the most difficult part to push your energy to transform, to have the energy reach. But I thought it's impossible. So people claim that, oh, there's like some kind of bone in your knee that you cannot reach, and this and that, whatever the heck. Okay, I don't want to talk about all the details like meniscus. Okay, so don't think I'm ignorant of the word meniscus or whatever. I'm not saying like the meniscus is connected to your vein and your muscles and this and that. It's just a rock in your knee, right? But okay, your body always have the way to heal itself, kind of bypass and rebuild, and your body energy can reach anywhere. That is the truth. Okay, so I experimented that, and I know I can do it now. I can push my energy to my nails. I can push my energy, this life force, to my teeth and to the hair. So those are the most difficult parts. And that's what I was advocating, and that's how we fell apart. So why am I talking about this story? Because I want to establish the truth. And then he's the one who hung up, and he got mad, and He unfriended me on Facebook and he won't call me anymore. Fine. It's not like my life depending on him, you know. It's always like that. He he says something stupid and he act on that, and then it will take him about 5 years or 10 years to realize his wrong, his mistake. That's what happened. Like as we grew up more and more, uh, they just he made a lot of mistakes, and it takes him some years to realize his error. And there's just an example that all of you, a lot of people, uh, are just like that. Some idiots, it takes them a lifetime to learn they're wrong for a stupid little mistake, and they're done for. We don't have time. You have you have finite life, and that's exactly what's happening with the earthquake too. These Buddhist idiots, they forgot or deny and silence the creator, and I have been talking about that. So, what did Ney say about this position? Uh, so Ney accepted the creator and became atheist. He accepted the Christianity. I mean, he respects the Christianity, but he never practiced it because he's not that strong. You know, he's not the strong person to be able to change. So when I talk about these pagodas, which they call God or Paya, right? Say, we should just leave them alone. People should just leave them alone because these are historic buildings. They date back to way back. Well, if it's just a building, yeah, you can preserve the building, and you got to really, really raise the awareness. Tell people this is not God, okay, and change the name explicitly. But people are praying to these things, calling them God, and like people are giving away all the saving money, power, time, everything to those things. The whole country evolved around that. Even these the leaders, these junta, you know, the general and this and that, they all the Buddhists, and then all they steal a lot of money from people, from the country, the resources. Myanmar is rich with a lot of resources. Okay, and they give a lot of the money to these guys that you see in the video. Okay, the Buddhist monk, and these temples and this and that. So that's like their economy. That's not God. That's not the creator. Okay, that's exactly the warning that I was talking about. And my point, it seems like the only way these people will change or make their ways disappear is by death and destruction. And of course, am I applauding and celebrating that? No, I'm sad. I'm sad, and it's horrible. I'm horrified. At the same time, I know behind all that the reason why this happened, and I hate them. Some of them, they are like some type of people who kind of got infected or affected by the environment. They're good people. They know whatever's happening is not true. Right? Some girls I knew, some girls I know, okay, and they like to go to parties. So whenever there's party or something, or the Buddhist shit got to get involved. Okay, there's some kind of celebration, and then there's if you look into detail, or there's nut worship or nut dance or something, and we talking about demonic practices. Okay, the fact is that girls like to have fun and go to meet other people, hang out in the crowd, right? And they like to do that. Of course, it's fun and they should do that, but they can't get away from it. They can't get away from all these indoctrination, brainwashing, lies everywhere. So it becomes in the big scale like a nation society. It has to go away. It has to go away. It has to be destroyed. And that's what's happening. Right, so I'm pause the video, look at it. So that building that you see falling down is the Buddhist building. See, look at that, how beautiful it is. And you will see that? Boom, it's gone. And I'm so glad that we can see it now. Now, at the age of these, most people having cameras in the eyes. Because I talked about this earthquake destroying the whole huge kingdom. Okay, kingdom called Bagan Kingdom. It's not pagan. They spell like Pagan. It's like pagan. It's called Bagan Kingdom. And all we could see is like these buildings that are left over, like how many that were destroyed. But now in the age of these videos, we can see it live. What's happening? The modern engineering structure, like we think we're so smart, doesn't stand a chance. So when people were kind of thinking, yeah, it all got destroyed, these ancient temple, because these people, those buildings are not so strong. No, that's not true. Okay. Because they are evil. These buildings should not be there. Alright, another video. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's the whole road. Okay, the construction. So when you build road, like you fix the ground, make it become so hard, manage it, and then when the ground is all compact and smashed in hard, you pour concretes and all these hard material, asphalts, and tar on top of it, this and that. See what happened? It doesn't stand a chance. The whole ground just like cracked up. It's so scary. And so what this means, the communication, the transportation system is cut off now. And this is just an example of one video. This happened to many roads over there. The huge, like billion-dollar bridges are destroyed, damaged, gone. And here's another video. And as we're watching these videos, I have a suggestion, an idea to the freedom fighter. And this nation really is gone. So these are residential area. Look, this is called Sagaing City. City named Sagaing. And that's pretty big city. It's a big population. And actually, the city of Sagaing, the government, government mean evil people, the evil junta. Okay, when I say government, don't think those are good guys. They no longer have control of that city. So the freedom fighters control it. It's all gone. The whole city. So when we talk about the hysterical event, maybe it's difficult to believe it's true, like Sodom and Gomorrah burning, or the flood of Noah. How could the water destroy the whole world? That can't be. It must be some kind of legend, some kind of fantasy story. No, okay, you better believe it. Uh, because we're gonna see, you know, the water's coming out from the ground too. All right. Anyway, the whole city destroyed. Oh, this video right here, I actually make a little note. So that, see, it becomes flooded. People think, when people think of the rivers, okay, the idiots, I was taught, okay, I was taught to think like, oh, rivers, there's always some rain going on somewhere in the mountains. And the rainfall in far, far away mountains, and then those waters start flowing everywhere and becomes river. Okay, and they'll flow in the ocean. The truth, a lot of rivers got the water not from the rain, from the ground. The water flowing out from the ground and form rivers. So, and you can see this is what's happening. So this residential area, okay, is all dry, and there was no river before. All of a sudden turning into some kind of a river. And this video, transportation system destroyed. Oh my god, I pressed the pressed the wrong browser. Let me close this quickly. Okay. The next video. See, the earthquake can destroy the rail because the ground just shifts like back and forth. So you can see the rail got kicked out from its alignment for such a significant distance. Like I'm guessing like 15 feet, 20 feet. And what's the next one? Okay, so look at the huge building. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, isn't it amazing? Not beautiful. And then the earthquake produced fire too. So far we see the water coming out from the ground. Yeah, this guy crying here. He's saying my life is ruined. Please look at my life. So our lives are ruined. I'm translating for him. All our savings, all our money, all our saving is all gone. The earthquake happened, and then the fire came. We don't have anything left. And look at our lives. Please look at our lives. He's begging. fire came and consumed these rural villages. I don't know how it happened. And there's a video about Bangkok. I don't know how to spell Bangkok well, so I spell it wrong. Bangkok. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this video because I'm compiling all these videos into one. But a lot of these Facebook videos, they're great, and there's no way to organize them and save them and watch them back later. And a lot of them, like they would just take it down and it's all gone. I don't like it. The YouTube videos, at least, like they would stay and you can organize them and watch them back later. And you can download the video, but a Facebook video we cannot download. We gotta have special trick. I know how to do it, but I would just have it like this through the screen share and try to get a copy. So this is Bangkok, and look at that building. That building, those three gigantic skyscrapers that you see. Oh, another one. Those are $1 billion building. At least $1 million. I know for sure. They were worth at least 200 million, 300 million, 500 million. Who knows? Those three buildings that stand together, I think they worth at least $1 billion. I don't know. Am I exaggerating? Am I making the number too big by saying $1 billion? But definitely 500 or 200 million, because 1,000 million is 1 billion, right? So that's scary. Anyway, the next. I gotta pause.
International support.
Okay.
Our team in Myanmar is already in contact in order to fully mobilize our resources in the region to support the people of Myanmar, but of course there are other countries impacted, but the epicenter is in Myanmar, and Myanmar is the weakest country in this present situation. The government of Myanmar has asked for international support, and our team in Myanmar is already in contact in order to fully mobilize our resources in the region to support the people of Myanmar, but of course there are other countries impacted, but the epicenter is in Myanmar, and Myanmar is the weakest country in this present situation.
So there's a guy from UN, whoever it may be. I have no respect to UN. And he said he will support. Well, I'd like to know exactly how he's gonna do it. Well, I also heard, officially, it's everywhere. It's not hearsay, that they actually open up for the first time. I think for the first time, they are calling for international aid, despite this civil war and a lot going on. Because this is really the end. This is really the end for Myanmar. Myanmar is already facing the end. The civil war was already ending the country. And I was thinking, yes, it has to be that way. And after that, a new country gonna come out. All these evil, lying lowlifes are gonna die in a civil war, and there's gonna be some sacrifice, of course. Some good people may die. Hopefully, not many of them. From both sides, the lying lowlife idiots will die, and they should die. And I'm thinking there will be a new beginning. But we don't know why. But that's devastating. The civil war is already devastating and changing the country like a lot. And then this earthquake had to happen. Um, so the guy who's in charge, Myanmar, the general, he's hiding. He's hiding, fighting for his life, basically. He lives in this Naypyidaw is a freaking fortress. Can't go anywhere much, and not just him, even like the army. These people cannot go, and they just like afraid like these drones are not gonna come and bomb them. And it's not just drone anymore. They have these freedom fighters have the like a cannons or motor or uh, some rocket launcher that they made. Now they're advancing in those technology, and that's something traveling projectiles traveling in the air and come and hit them. Uh, so that's the situation. So the freedom fighters, here's a message. Here is my message to the freedom fighters. Use this earthquake and invade Naypyidaw. Okay, because that's your objective. And don't call timeout, call for peace or whatever. You got to operate that and use that within the use that for your advantage. Either this guy has to go away, admit his if he wants to live. If he wants to live, he better do it now. But he's setting up time like, oh, please stop fighting. He didn't say that, of course, but pretty much this is what he's doing. Setting a date for the new election a year later, but election with his own rule again. He's trying to integrate the military into the government system, and other parties, it's like a military itself is a party in the government, and other parties don't have military guns, so other parties don't matter. The ones with the guns is gonna matter. So, the the military have to stay neutral. Military have to belong to everybody. It should not become a party itself. And if he's trying to do that, don't even go for it. And is inscribed right within the Constitution. They do that. That was a big mistake too. And I tell you, Do Aung San Suu Kyi, I repeat, Do Aung San Suu Kyi made a mistake allowing that too. And she's like an icon to unite people because people look up to her and this and that. But you know what? She's not that. She's not really a wise person. Okay, and she's not that strong. Okay, she's strong in the sense like she takes a lot of damages to herself. Yeah, she's very brave. She's not afraid to die. She forfeit her life, and she would embrace the suffering. But she's weak in a sense to make a strong decision, to stand for that decision. Like, okay, look into this constitution that they have to live by, and it's rigged. It's pretty much the constitution is allowing the military to be the boss, pretty much. Anything else is just show. All the other parties and this and that is just show. And they have the laws pretty much you're not allowed to have guns and this and that. Okay, and they make it like very complicating for the huge groups to maintain their own army, but register and then try to outlaw guns within the individual level. Okay, so that's the reason why it didn't work. Okay, they have to look. It's very simple. You want to have true freedom? Just copy the U.S. Constitution. All right, built based on of course, the U.S. Constitution is based on a lot of principles. But number one, freedom of speech. It's based on the principle that human beings have the rights given from God. God is the boss, no one else. Of course, that's the big problem in Myanmar because they don't have, they want to deny the creator. Okay, human beings having creator, God. Because the Buddhism, that is a big problem. So they're not gonna like freedom of speech, or they practice that in the sense of whoring themselves, in the sense of prostitution. Oh, they love it. There's porn, movies, and some strippers in the public scenes and all of that. Yeah, that's their freedom of speech. But oh no, don't talk to me about my Gautama, my Buddha, not being God, and there's creator, or they get really mad and they become murderers when they hear those kinds of things. And don't come and tell me that building, the Zedi, okay, the Paya, the Shwetagong Paya is my Paya, okay. I'm talking about the Shwetagong Pagoda, okay. Don't come and tell me that Shwetagong Paya is not God, or they're gonna kill for it. So you see, that's the problem. You know, if they really want freedom, pretty much they don't have to work so hard. To copy the U.S. Constitution, freedom of speech, right to bear arms, right to be secure in your person, property, no illegal search, right to travel, all of those, right? Yeah, somehow they like to have it, but when people really practice that, then the Buddhism gets in the way. I repeat, all these rights that you see written in the Constitution, the very concept of Senate, Congress, and they have something called Parliament. Okay, they don't call Congress, but it's the same idea. People getting together. The language, they got language barriers too. You know, like this woman, Dawn San Suu Kyi, they calling her mother, okay, and it becomes, that's fine. Like you want to go call her mother, right? If I'm sitting down and talking, Dawn San Suu Kyi, Nini Kao Ye La, Dawn San Suu Kyi, Ma Indian Nome, oh, they're gonna be offended because I just used the word Dawn San Suu Kyi name, okay? No. Ame ta twa ro me no. Ame ni kaung ye la. Me ta di lo we ho lo. See, I have to reduce myself and lie to myself like as if I'm her son. And then she did that to many people too. She called Aung La, okay, Aung La, the Burmese python. You may be familiar with his name, okay? Yeah, she tried to talk to this guy, and then she can't stay neutral or whatever. She had to make herself his mother, and then the guy called him mother. See, there's a language barrier. The lies and all of that, they have to change. They have, if they really want freedom, they have to change. And change in what sense? They have to change towards the truth. Because by the way, Dawn San Suu Kyi, what is she really trying to represent? She's portraying herself like she's some kind of a Buddhist devout saint, okay, like a Christian saint. That's the image that she's presenting to the nation or to the people. And that's a problem because she's integrating the religion into the government, and our religion, as we all know, if you listen to everything that I said, It's wrong. It's demonic religion. It's based on all lies and uh, based on denying the creator and the evidence within their own doctrines, within their own records and stories and so on. There's strong evidence, undeniable evidence of the creator, the Buddha conversing with the creator. Okay, I repeat, the word, their word in Buddhism called the Jamin. That the Jamin is the creator. Okay, they said it. The guy created heaven. They won't deny it. And the Yemen, where it come from, they won't talk about it. Okay, because the Yemen is the ruler of hell. It exists in their words. So I'm just giving you an example. I don't want to get too much into all the details. So again, back to what I'm trying to say. Use this earthquake, the freedom fighters, and go towards Naypyidaw. Destroy the Naypyidaw. All right, so
earthquake in Burma, Myanmar today, with up to several hundred killed.
Yeah.
The military regime there has asked for help from anybody.
Yeah, we're going to be helping.
You are
We've already alerted the people. Yeah, it's terrible what's happened.
so here's my man, my president. So he made a public comment like he will help, and they will let in. The military government over there, the thieves, the scumbags, pretty much. That's their government. Because they are finally seeing the existential threat. Myanmar is facing existential threat, and people are dying, and a lot of them are gonna die, and who will survive, and what's gonna come out of them? That's the question. So why am I making this clip right here? Use that again. I'm pretty sure for the U.S. I don't have to say it. U.S. will gather intelligence, and U.S. will be involved. They are already officially involved because I already show a clip where the Kachin leaders and the representative group officially meeting President Trump right next to his desk. And the President Trump listened, and he make the short reply, yeah, we help you. Okay, that means he's gonna fight against the junta. So he's gonna fight these freedom fighters. And from the Christian point of view, where I heard, the Kachin group represented themselves as Christian, which is true. Like the Kachin are like the whole tribe is Christians, which is good. And Chin are mainly Chin Christian too. But others, the Shan, there are a lot of Buddhists and this and that. I don't have to again reassert my position clearly. Okay, Buddhism is evil. I am Christian, and they have to stop. They have to change. The Buddhists need to stop and change and turn and realize. I just want them to recognize the Creator. That's all there is. Then they will find a way. But being a Buddhist, right, they can't even get to that. They are in the denial mode. Like every day of their lives are being smothered by this Buddhist doctrines and the way they talk and everything. Okay, another clip. Alright, there's another area cracking everywhere. My goodness. So there are some videos from England or from America, some news station. They're trying to justify and give these lies like, oh, the Myanmar is sitting on these plate, that plate, and so on, and is a high risk area for earthquake. Only now they came out with that. Okay. Really, if you study all the geological facts or prediction that exist in the world, they never ever said anything about Myanmar sitting on these the shifting plates and this and that. They said to Japan. Okay. And all of a sudden, like they talk as if they knew it all along. Okay, these so-called experts. When I listened to it, I felt so disgusted, so stupid. You know, it's like somebody trying to butt in and win attention and recognition about something that they never knew, they never paid attention before. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You see, yes. I gotta let it roll and talk. It goes so fast. Alright, so the first one is like some kind of kingdom, right? And this doesn't really necessarily represent Buddhism, right? But people worshiping, they think this is a temple and this and that, and then they start putting all these Buddhist idols and this and that. So people long ago built that, and they try to integrate the Buddhist idea, but that was for this particular building. Was built even before Buddhism. Okay, remember the king named Anoyata tried to forcefully turn the country into Buddhism, and there's a huge story behind that. I know it very well. I don't want to talk about it. I cannot talk about it because it's gonna take a long time. So this was before Anoyata. And because people worshiping these things and like God, like they won't stop. They won't stop. It needs to be destroyed. That's the only way they will stop. These are residential area. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'll go back there. I was just trying to skip. Okay. $1 million bridge gone. Okay, this is the iconic scene of that city called Mandalay. That's where the that's where the earthquake impacted a lot too. So back to what I was talking about with Ney wanted to preserve these kinds of places based on the argument that these are, historic treasure. So we can't just destroy it. But the fact that we keeping them, the fact that people keeping them, is driving them towards worshiping those things. So, and they can make it explicit though. They can do not worship. This is not God. And then they can have a clear vocabulary in the signs that they put in, like Shredagong, Zedi, not Shredagong Paya. People get offended, or people dislike me when I say Shredagong Pagoda, or in Burmese I would say Shredagong Zedi. Okay. Oh no! They wanted me to say Shredagong Paya. Okay, so that's pretty much they won't change. That's the reason why God destroyed it. Sorry again. I put this arrow and skip the video. Instead, I should unpause it. Okay, so this is the city of Mandalay. That has nothing to do with religion, but you can see monk. And by the way, yeah, the city of Mandalay is filled with a lot of these Buddhist monk. It's like an iconic. Everywhere is about the Buddhist nonsensical temples and this and that. But city of Mandalay especially, it's a big deal about Buddhism. So yeah, that's official Buddhist. How should I be? Like a monastery. Destroyed. And this is an ancient building. It may not necessarily be relating to. Oh, it is the sign. I just read this sign right here. This is like some kind of a monastery again, like a teaching place for Buddhism. Destroy. I did it again. I press on this arrow. So what else to comment on? Let's see. Go quickly. Okay, here we are. The road destroyed. Alright, so that's all there is about the video. And let's see, another video. Residential home. Alright, at the point where I paused the video, you know what she said? Like, pia 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 pia. She's saying God, 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 God. Okay. So, as you can see, she's wishing to God. She's trying to call to God. And before all that she's complaining, oh, it's all gone, my home is destroyed. And then another wave came, because this earthquake is not like one thing. Most of the earthquake happened like, okay, what, 5 minutes the most, or maybe like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, and about seconds, and then within seconds it destroyed, it caused destruction, this and that. But this one came in wave, like I heard it came like 4 or 5 times. But the comment that I want to make, the significance right here is he's saying God, 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 God. Okay, and then after she said, Pia, 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 Bodan Dandan Kisami, the Mandandan Kisami, she's chanting these Buddhist chant, and I heard a lot of those in my life, and I can say it. I recognize the sound, but me and all other Buddhists who hear and who can chant those things, they have no idea the meaning of these things. Okay, they have no idea. So there's just a two word. It's a very long chant. Okay, and she's just saying like a few words of this long chant in the beginning. Bodhan Dharandan Kisami. Okay, Bodhan is a Buddha. Okay, Bodhan Dharandan. I had no idea what the heck Dharandan means, and I had no idea what it means Kisami. Okay, and you know what? I can stop a devout so-called Buddhist girl or boy or woman or whatever, ask them what it means. Oh, they have no idea either. And the Buddhist monks, they're not gonna have any. A lot of them. I'm not saying all. Some of them may have idea. Okay. So that's a big problem right there. These people are being taught to waste their lives. Thus, by chanting all these things, and then they wishing, they think they're praying, they're talking to God, the Creator, but no. They are being deceived to waste their life and do absolute nonsense and die. They will never find the Creator. Okay, Daman Dharandan Kisami. Daman. I have no idea what Daman means. Okay, don't think like, oh, because you don't know Burmese that well. I know Burmese very well. Okay, and the people, same thing. The Buddhist guy, they have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna pause and I'll be right back. I have to take a break. Alright, so I paused a video, but you won't notice it. I had a little break and to come back, had my lunch. So now that I ate my lunch, I may be talking a little differently, more energetic. Alright. The guy just said, Daro Mahamuni Payaji Anaumoba. If you recognize the words that he said, Payaji, Mahamuni means it's just a name. I don't want to translate the name again, but Payaji is a big god. So if you don't know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They are worshipping these things, and the picture says everything. I am so amazed that it could just level this whole thing. These idols that they're making, this is a huge idol, like some kind of the casted image of some animal, like lion or dog, or they call piensa yupa, something, whatever it may be. It's not important. The point is the earthquake level it all. You will see. See, these things, they sing Ngapyobu, Ngapyacha, the temple that make, it's like they call umbrella. Okay, the so-called Ngapyobu, they say it's some kind of sacred thing, the head of this temple. And what's so special about it? The big deal ones, the little ones are fake. They don't put real jewelries or gold or the rings and so on. But the famous one, my God, people would put diamonds or huge diamond about this big in there, and that's worth like millions, or I don't know. It's very very expensive. Okay, I don't know the values, and then all kinds of other emeralds, jades, rubies, uh, precious stones, gold, all gold. Put that there. Uh, it's just so disgusting. So the reason why all those things are there, first of all, these things are very expensive. All these poor people and ignorant lost souls, they're not satisfied with their lives. They're constantly seeking God. They can't find God because true Buddhists, they're supposed to try to die. They're supposed to try to achieve nirvana, meditate, and kill your soul, kill your body, and try to exit from this world. Try to exit from the creation. That is the main goal of what it means Buddhist. But in reality, what they are doing is they they're trying to live, and they like to pray. So they chant all these chants. They invented the true, the original, the founder, or the person who they call God, Gautama, told them, no, don't pray to me, don't chant anything. Your job is meditate. And the way he taught these things is deceptive and stupid, and it's a lie itself. You know, he put up this lying acts and saying things that when he's talking to people, he acts as if he's not talking to them directly. He's kind of murmuring to himself, and that act of doing the stupid act becomes a standardized way of how they communicate, or how they hold practicing Buddhism or sacredness. And that's where all the chanting comes from. Because the guy, the liar, cannot converse, cannot talk, hold a conversation, talk, listen, back and forth. Liar cannot do that. The moment you try to communicate and have a conversation, two-way, talk and listen, all the truth come out. The fact that you are a liar is gonna come out. So they can only go with the monologue. I just say whatever the heck I want. You listen. If you don't like it, you can go away. That's how they operate. So the chanting and all kinds of talking in a deceptive way, crooked ways, and these gathas are invented. The people are not satisfied with their lives, and then they live. They try to con each other, kill each other, steal from each other, and the wealthy ones, the rich ones, right? They got rich, and when they are dead, when they're about to die, they fear hell. They fear of everything, pretty much. And what are they trying to do? They want to get into heaven. Okay, and so that's the purpose, that they want to have a good life after life. And all of those practices that they're doing, the result, what you see in front of you, that everything that Gautama told them not to do. So in order to achieve, in attempt to achieve nirvana, they're practicing Satanism anyway. So the rich ones give away everything, all the wealth that he stole from the nation, from people. These stones, precious stone, gold, and so on. They make those things and they put them up top of those temples, and uh, they worship more. So you can see in the big picture how life is going to be like. It's just so uh, you know undescribable or unnameably disgusting. The stupidity is beyond belief. I'm speechless, or I'm having trouble trying to express this evil, so deep, stupidity so deep, and the ridiculous, the absurdity that is so severe. 'So watching this video, I got a sense, yeah, these evil things are destroyed, but you can still see people moving about. The little motorcycles and cars going. I don't know where they got the gasoline. So the good thing to see is the life moves on. Excuse me. Life goes on. Life finds a way. So that is mercy from God. Yeah, I live among them, and I had a hard time living in deep disgust and a dangerous life too. Uh, the way I'm talking now, the way I'm speaking, oh, people will try to kill me, intimidate me, and do anything within the power. But I'm not gonna shut my mouth, or I want them to try to kill me so I can kill them back. You wanna fight? Let's see how strong you are. Let's see how smart you are. Let's see how much you know. And they don't know shit. They're not that smart. They're not strong. And that's how I learned martial arts anyway. So that's Myanmar. Alright, next video, let's see. This is not
လာကလို့ပြိုကျကျုံဝင်သွားပြီးမြေပေါ်မှာခုနှစ်ထပ်သာကျန်ရစ်တော့တယ်လို့ရုတ်ခတ်
This is just a residential building, not a monastery, a Buddhist monastery or something like that. So somebody took a video how bad the earthquake was. All right, so I don't know who the expert is. The word is experts are predicting this is what would happen. The ground itself will shift through the whole country. Myanmar will divide into two. Well, that means it's not going to be just Myanmar, because the other country, neighboring country, they're going to feel the effect too, just like the Bangkok entire areas. They feel the effect. But whenever I hear things like scientist says this, expert says this, okay, if it's true scientist or true expert or whatever, they have to put the contact info. They have to identify themselves. I always despise to see video like this where someone they created a hearsay. Okay, the true scholars and scientists in the world of politics, business, academics, everything have to work with references, providing references. And this is a school. I don't know exactly what area. And let's listen to them. That they actually talking. So as I look at these people and listen to them, and I feel bad, I feel sad, and I realize more the devastation that they are in their life. This evil that's smothering them is so great, and they don't feel, or they are kind of powerless to resist that. Is within the environment. So I guess this kind of devastation will make them realize the evil world that they are in, and they better change. Allah. Allah. They say Shui Bongshin Mosque. It's not mosque, because the word mosque does like Muslim thing. Maybe it is. I don't know, because I'm seeing these uh, guys in the Arab way of dressing and walking around. So I'm surprised they named it Shui Bong Shin. I don't know Bong Shin. I don't know what it means. The Shui definitely is gold. So yeah. So this is the Islamic mosque in Mandalay destroyed. It's just a video about people having difficulty with the transportation because that you see the bridge, two bridges there that they usually use to cross the huge river, the out of commission. In Zagai, that's the city. But as far as I know, that city of Zagai is controlled by the freedom fighters. Yeah, talking about the freedom fighters is a guy. One of my connections just told me that these junta guards, right? If you travel in Myanmar, or you're gonna go through all the checkpoints all the time. It's very strict, and that's the reason why I, you know, don't want to go there too. I mean, I want to go there, but I'm not gonna risk myself for no good reason. I'm not afraid of anything, but I'm not gonna throw away my life and try to get involved with the fights that have nothing to do with me. Because there's fights everywhere, and I have to fight my own fight, right? Anyway, so the city of Zagai, the rebels control, and my connection, a man told me if you're traveling, and then they got these ID card system, like a citizenship card. They call it Mapongten. Yeah, it's Mapongten. What does it mean? ID card. Yeah, it doesn't prove citizenship. I don't know. Does it? Yeah, I don't know. What proves the Myanmar citizenship? Because I know for a fact that you can obtain the so-called Mapongten, which translates to ID card. You don't have to be a citizen in order to obtain that. Uh, Anyhow, so they check those in the checkpoints. They check for Mapongten, and if the guards, okay, the junta guards, when they see someone is from the city, the guy, they will beat up the guy or woman, and they ask for money because they treat that city as conquer, and everyone who's living in that city is bad. These are, according to them, rebels, right? But to me, they're freedom fighters, not rebels. So all these people are bad. These are killers. They are the one who try to kill and who killed us, and we no longer control the city. So anyway, I just want to share about that. How they treat people according to different regions, the official guards, the checkpoint guys, and the freedom fighters are going around killing all these checkpoints too, as much as they can. It's kind of funny when I heard this story. I laugh, but I kind of respect them too. They're so brave and efficiently kill. For example, the checkpoint that consisted of like at least eight or more. but no more than 15 on a bridge like that, or maybe like towards the end of the bridge. Right? They will have checkpoint or something. 2 women, okay, they purposely picked, give the woman job because if you're a woman, then you're gonna be less suspected. And they're not dressed like a military or whatever. They dress in like these timid civilian clothes, and somehow they have the AK-47, AK-47, and just 2 of them on a motorcycle and kill 8 guys, 8 trained soldiers or more. To me, that is amazing. Like that's even the Navy SEALs or whatever. That's very difficult task to do. Checkpoint, just 2 people coming on motorcycle, kill them all, and then successfully got away, and they all dead, and they got away. So I have a lot of respect to what these Myanmar courageous people can do. Like these people, that's why I said Myanmar warriors are the strongest warriors in the world. Okay, the last video, and then I will have the collection of all of these clips.
Very strong 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which struck Myanmar and rattled the Thai capital city of Bangkok, where 70 construction workers are now missing when a high-rise building collapsed to the ground. This 30-story skyscraper was still under construction, and dozens of those workers are now reportedly trapped under the rubble. At least 1 was killed, dozens injured, we believe. First responders are still working very hard to rescue who they can, pulling injured workers out on stretchers. Video also out of Bangkok showing how the shaking actually caused water from high-rise pools to cascade to the ground like waterfalls. You can also see people there frantically running out of buildings into crowds on the street. The epicenter was in...
Anyway, the way the woman's talking is trying to create hysteria. And I just thought of what the liars, the evil, lying lowlife will take this event in the world. I'm talking about the people who always crying hysteria about global warming, climate change. I wouldn't be surprised when those idiots will take this event like, okay, you see, that's climate change or global warming right there. So there, I said it. Hey, I'll repeat. These climate change and global warming people, climate change, global warming liars, are gonna take this event and lie more and say that's climate change, that's global warming. All right, so this line I just made a note, okay, to comment. Yeah, use this event to get me online. Okay, invade Naypyidaw. I want to strongly repeat, see the past images again in your mind, how they destroy and terrorize people right in the city streets, in the civilized world, and how they murder and kill and burn and did at the remote villages and so on. So the war is not over. This war will never be done until this guy is dead. Don't forget that. Yeah, this is I already explained clearly why how Buddhism is connecting to these evil events. And so where do I stand? Where do I stand? What do I want to do? You know, uh, somebody might say, like, why don't you try to convert these people, turn them to Christians or whatever. Well, God can convert them. It's gonna be God who will convert them, not me. I will show them the facts. Okay, even God does not force people to do anything. And people have to learn the truth, choose, make decisions. So it's God's will. That's what's important, not my will. And that's the way I see it. Well, people have to work together. So I always try to connect and work together with other people. But most people have some kind of private secrets and evil going on. And when they come to social scene and interact with you, they present something very different from who they really are and what's going on in their heads, in their minds, in their hearts. Yeah, definitely the new nation will come out of it. This vibe, it really, Myanmar is transforming very, very rapidly by the population dying, and new nation will come out. But if Myanmar dies, then what? Is it gonna change? No. There'll be another one to replace him, because don't forget, before Myanmar, okay, who do we have? Dan Shui. Okay, the evil general. Oh, it's Dan Shui. Before Dan Shui, it's So Mao. So Mao bad. Ken Yun bad. Before Ken Yun, Ne Win's bad. Before Ne Win, Min Dong Min's bad. And U Nu, nobody really hated U Nu. That's the short little period of time when Myanmar was democracy, and they got the civil war, and yeah, Myanmar got a lot of these languages and people, and everybody trying to express the arrogance about the culture. I got no respect to any culture at all, unless is compliance with the Christian value. Christian value is very, very simple. Just follow the truth, observe the truth, be truthful and be respectful. That's all there is. And you will see a lot of lies and deceptions and secrets, hiding and twisting the words and events around to have the manipulative direction or outcome of what you want for anything. That's pretty much, those are non-Christian ways. And these people that I'm talking about, they are very beautiful, and so I gotta, you know, you gotta think deeply. In my people, okay, what's so special about them, and what I like about them? Well, they tend to be polite. Okay, yeah, like Japanese, the warrior culture. Uh, the politeness is present in a lot of warrior culture. The timid, polite appearance, and don't ever underestimate that. That timid, uh, uh, polite appearance can lead to out of that uh, behavior, out of that appearance comes a lot of evil, murderer and violent, whores, you know, and the drug addicts, ignorance, selfish, arrogant people, and so on. So you have to really turn to God. And just, speak truthfully. If you speak truthfully, you will find God. You have to speak truthfully with everyone who is really going after the truth, whatever it may be. Not towards your advantage or his advantage or your mother's advantage or your brother and so on. Just go towards the truth and live in harmony with truth. That's all there is. And you will find God. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. And thanks for watching. And well, may God have mercy on us all. Forgive our sins. And bring us all to everlasting life. Amen. Father, dear Lord God, Creator, your will be done, not my will.